And here's the star of the clutch. Leopard, Blackhead. Hey guys, super excited because we're back for another video, and it's been a while. A lot of you thinking, it's about time, Justin. Well, it is. It's time. We're going to show some really cool snakes this time. So we're thinking about what we can do as far as a theme, and we're settling on blackheads this time. Now, blackheads is one of those things that it's a really neat, underappreciated morph. It's been around for a really long time, but this year I've really worked with seeing what I could do with it as far as making some really interesting combos. With anything, it really just takes that right angle, that right combination with other genes to really unlock a different kind of world of what can be done. And with blackheads, it's really neat what can be done. We'll show you a little bit of that today. So let's get right to it and see some of these awesome combos. Okay, we're going to start with a regular blackhead female. And you see here, she's trying to hide. She is absolutely gorgeous. And this is kind of the standard look for a blackhead. Now, this is actually a really high quality one. But you see it has the features of a blackhead. It's got nice flames, a really deep black, a much deeper black than a regular ball python. It also has that really kind of dark head with also thinner eye stripes. So it gives it, that's why the name comes out there, because it definitely has a black head that has far less pattern because those eye stripes are so narrowed, and it gives it a really distinctive look. The belly on them a lot of times have nice tracking on them. This one is also posset pied, and it shows. So, but you see there, it's got a nice patterned belly, especially towards the edges. Nice defined flames with black on the edging. Really incredible. And this is the base gene that we're working off of to make all these really crazy combos. So this is a combination of the leopard and the blackhead. And so you see how some of those features of the blackhead, like the flaming and everything, is brought in, but the leopard brings in a lot of darkness, and it really kind of expands the pattern, and it gives some good striping a lot of times too. Now, anything that's het pied on the leopard side is also going to tend to stripe out. So we see a little bit of that here, and this animal is very special because it's actually double het lavender clown and 50% het pied with that great ringer. So we're looking at pretty much very likely a leopard blackhead triple het lavender clown pied, which is just absolutely fantastic. Now we're going to take and look at what some of these combos do on this next clutch. These are a little bit older animals. We're going to kind of layer them in here. So here we have a blackhead Mojave Yellow-Bellied. So you got the Yellow-Bellied pattern, you got the blackhead Mojave, which really spreads out the pattern of the Mojave, gives it a really awesome golden look, a really cool look. But then taking this and putting it with the hidden gene Wilma, that was one thing I really wanted to see this year, was what the hidden gene Wilma could do mixed with the Mojave and the blackhead. And this thing just turned out pretty cool. We're going to work up to it here. This one is hidden gene Wilma, blackhead Yellow-Belly. But look at that gold kind of coming in there, and then these sides brought in by the Yellow-Belly. I call this like a popcorn sign because it looks like little kernels of popcorn. Really cool. Just amazing animal. The other thing the blackhead a lot of times will do is will bring up and make this pattern float, especially if it has what's called the ringer gene in it. It's another gene that's kind of attached in there that with the blackhead combos will make that pattern float a lot more depending on the exact combo, but really cool to see that. Now to put them all together, this animal is just crazy. Let's see if we can find the right one. Now this one is leopard, blackhead, Mojave, hidden gene Wilma, and I believe Yellow-Belly. And this snake, typically I don't like snakes that are lacking in the really definite bold pattern, but just the color of this animal is like a rusty kind of gold color. To me, this looks like kind of like an oil slick, and I think it's just a really neat animal. So now we're going to look at some of the recessives mixed with the blackhead, and that's where my interest really lies, because to me the hardness of it makes it so much more fun, and the results are really amazing with these. let's check some of them out. All right, so we're gonna show you in Lavender Albino first. And you guys know I have a very special place in my heart for Lavender Albinos. So here we have a Lavender Albino Blackhead, and this is really, really cool because the Blackhead makes that white a really, really crisp, stark white, and which will translate well into purple later, which is a really, really cool animal. We still have the same flames. You see those flames here? And where they would be bordered in heavy black, here they're bordered in white. That's the great thing about the albino stuff. It reverses the color pattern. Really, really neat. The pattern makes this such a cool snake. And next to us here, we have a pastel Blackhead Lavender Albino. You see how the pastel, where they typically have like a slightly purple looking head or a light colored head, it comes out as pure white here compared to the orange head on the non-pastel. It takes the orange and makes it a little bit more of a neon yellow. Again, you have this same cool flaming. Incredible. So this is just the start though. In Lavender Albino, we wanted to make that same look where we're taking that really, really deep dark black of the leopard blackhead and putting it into a lavender. So this is the leopard blackhead lavender, and you see how the really, really, really pure black turned into really, really, really pure white, and that stripe and everything. So this animal is also 100% het clown, 50% het pied, really, really incredible powerhouse. That kind of golden at the bottom of these. I've shown these before on camera. I really can't get over how neat this combo is. Really, really, truly special. All right, so just by comparison here, we took and put cinnamon in the same combo. Now, a lot of you are gonna say, and I know it right off, is that this animal, even with an extra gene, doesn't hold a candle to this one. Yeah, in a way, you're right. It's that white and orange is hard to replicate. But the cinnamon leopard blackhead lavender is still a really, really interesting animal. And to me, it's really cool how we have this dark pattern coming up from the belly here. And we have floating pattern all the way down. It'd be really fascinating to see how the purple comes in to both this animal. I know this one's incredible, but I don't yet know how this thing's gonna look as an adult. And it might be really, really interesting with all the three dark genes together to see how that looks. So Blackhead Pods, we've been kind of tinkering with them for a while. In the last couple of years, they've been made and they're incredible. A couple have been made by some good friends of mine. Will Nussman, I'll give him a little shout out here. He's awesome and he made some really cool Blackhead Pods. Also Tallgrass Reptiles have made some pastel Blackhead Pods, interesting. But this is what they look like, and it's really quite a fascinating pattern they have on them. It seems to be fairly pattern neutral in the pied, which with any gene in the pied, you're always looking at whether or not it's going to force the pied to be high white, or it's going to force it to be low white, or if it'll be just neutral, which means it'll just be a random amount of pied pattern, just like any other pied. It seems to be fairly neutral. It's really, really cool, the chocolate kind of dark saddles and these really, really cool kind of shattered look. It's a neat look altogether. So I hatched this one, and then I hatched one next to it that I think might be the Inchy Blackhead Pied. And it's really cool because it's got so much pattern. So this one came out of the same clutch, and there's Inchy in the pairing. So we have a very, very, very low white Blackhead Pied here. And it's really, really neat. Whether or not it has Inchy, I'm not sure about that. But it has a really, really amazing shattered pattern here. Super cool look. So from the same clutch, there was a lot of stuff involved in this clutch, and it threw some absolutely insane babies. We'll go ahead and throw a few of those in here. So these Blackhead Pied babies came from this really, really cool clutch, and this was the dad right here. Absolutely incredible. This is a Leopard Blackhead Mojave, and he was 50% het pied, but I saw that striping and I saw this really cool three-toned look. I thought, boy, this guy's going to be proved to be het pied. And so I bred him to an Inchy pied. I thought, well, this maybe save our pattern a little bit if I put it into the Inchy and get it all in there together. And that's the results of this clutch. So we end up with this Blackhead Inchy pied. Then we got some of these crazy things. Check that out. So I'm not even going to say that I know exactly what some of this stuff is, but I had this one ID'd as probably a Leopard Blackhead Mojave pied. I'm not sure about that. It could be any of these things. Check this one out. Another one. That head is absolutely pitch black. And these have been kind of high white. It could be an effect of having the leopard in there, which does often tend to throw higher white pieds. Really, really cool. And then we had one where the inchy hit. Again, the same really nice black pattern, but we have the result here of the inchy bringing in a lot of pattern into this snake. And also the inchy is going to brighten up the saddles, give it more of that golden look. Turned out really neat. I see some eye stripes on there, which tells me that either that's inchy bringing that in, or maybe it doesn't have all the same genes as these are that don't have the eye stripes that are wiped out. But I'm super excited to be working with these awesome animals. Such a really cool project. All right, gotta show one more animal. This is from that same project. Now this is a Leopard Blackhead Mojave Yellow-Bellied, 100% het pied. See, no head pattern, incredibly amazing black head. And then we have a very symmetrical pattern. Look, if you look at that, perfect stripe all the way down, black on either side. Then you got a middle stripe, a kind of a golden rusty color, and then a pure white belly. Blackhead's such a really cool, really cool gene. And I've not seen anything that looks like this from any other gene, which would make genes special is when you can identify what they bring uniquely to the game in a way, like what these genes can do that other genes can't do. Blackhead can do this, and it rocks. Guys, hope you enjoyed that, learning a little bit about blackheads and some of the really cool combos. I'm super pumped about it and where the project goes. And the best thing is we didn't even get into any of the super blackhead combos. They are incredible as well, and it adds a whole nother dimension to what can be done. But we're not quite done yet. We have one more thing. Check these out. Okay guys, we have one more really awesome thing. We had this clutch just hatched today, and it's why we're doing a blackhead video, because I'm so psyched about blackheads right now. Check that out. This is the Leopard Blackhead Mojave, but we just showed one of these, but this thing is not het pied. This is 100% het Ultramel, and it's got some incredible brothers and sisters here. This is the Blackhead Ultramel. I think it's the first one made. First one I've seen. Really cool how the blackhead, the extra blacks on the blackhead are going to bring in some really great purples in the Ultramel. It's something that I was sure was going to look incredible with the right genes in it. And we have the right genes in this clutch. This is so cool. This is Mojave Blackhead Ultramel. And the cool thing of this stuff, with the Ultramel stuff, is it's somewhat similar to the Coral Glow banana color palette, but these are not going to get spots no matter what you put in them, no matter what you don't put in them. These are always going to stay absolutely insane. And here's the star of the clutch. Leopard Blackhead Ultramel. Check out that stripe. That's incredible. Look how the white's coming up the sides and those bright pink flames. This animal right here is one of my favorites from the season. If you don't have blackheads yet, I hope this animal changes your mind about them. They're incredible. There's so much cool stuff to do. Guys, wow, those are absolutely incredible. We really saved the best for last for this video. And I'm just super excited about all these different interactions we can make, all these genes that people think are just worthless or nothing left to do. There is so much left to do with all this stuff, and it's absolutely incredible. Also, I want to make sure you guys know we have these brand new awesome JKR Goes Dark skeleton tees. They absolutely rock. We only have them in black, and you can get them now, perfect for Christmas. Check the link below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.